So, recently I was reading Elon Musk has said two things. One, he says we should populate this earth completely, and when we run out of land and resources and everything, we would have also alongside developed a plane or some service to space to take humans to another planet, and then we can start to populate and civilize that planet. The second thing which he said is, he says a lot of things, but I'm talking about these two things which are bothering and affecting me, so I'm talking about it. The second thing he said is every person should work for 18 hours a day, 16 hours or 18 hours a day. So let us talk about the first part where he says that let us populate this world, and then we can all go to another planet and start to populate that planet and have human civilization there. For example, on the moon or maybe on the Mars and something like that. You know, you should see, I will wish everybody to go and see some small documentary on these planets, on moon, Mars, which they are trying to populate. One is the time taken to fly from here to that planet. Then you have to continuously be in that space suit, whether you're drinking water there, which is not available, but you will have to carry that in the plane with you. Whether it is juice, whether it is vegetables, potatoes, your chicken, whatever people eat, or you need eggs, you need to carry eggs and chicken, everything, so that you don't have a conflict what came first, chicken or the egg. You can carry both. Then you will say, okay, both came together to that planet. So this is his philosophy, or this is the wisdom he's been sharing. So let us say in one trip, let us ask him some questions. In one trip, how many humans can he take to that planet? How long will it take to make that planet, livable, that people can live there, build a house and live there? When Corona came, people had difficulty in just wearing a mask. Nobody wanted to wear a mask, and it is nothing but a very simple, uh, one layered piece of cloth or semi paper cloth which we had to wear over our nose and mouth, or which covered half of our face, but people had a problem with that. Now if you tell people that you are given a choice, that we will ruin earth with overpopulation, destroy and finish all the water, cut down all the mountains, do all economic development and everything, and then we will take you to Mars or some such planet, and you will have to be in your costume, space costume, 24/7 into 365, because you are not coming back anytime soon. You're not, this is not a overnight trip that you went to Mars and you came back. How difficult will be the life? Another thing you should ask him is, if you, let's say, go to Mars, or you populate, or make livable, let's say Mars or some other planet, maybe even moon, what are you living there for? Will you have birds and animals there? Will you have peacock there? Will you have leopard, tiger, hippo, rabbit? Will you have sunflower there? Will you have these trees, eucalyptus tree and whatnot trees, people trees there? Will you have a stream of water where you could just enjoy the nature? Could you go trekking and climbing just to go see the sunrise, sunset? What nonsense are you talking? It's almost as if the rich have lost their mind. And richest have lost their mind long ago. When you have been given an existence which is next to heaven, where you have beautiful trees, beautiful plants, animals, birds, stream of river, and life which makes you so happy just to be living with people, why the hell would anybody want to go and live on Mars or some such planet? Why would you tell or go around saying, let's populate this world to the complete, and we have then alternative stay waiting for us on another planet? Because you're working for money. You're just thinking about more consumption, more consumption, more consumption. That if people keep reproducing, they will buy more clothes, they will buy more cars. You will have more people working for you. That's all you're thinking. And therefore, you're pushing for more and more consumption. And that will come when you will have more and more people buying your goods and services. So you've decided to say some nonsense like this. Let's populate this earth. That is why it's not okay to be so rich, because then you are only working for money and you only understand money. You were born rich, you lived rich, and you want to ensure you die rich, and so do your family members. And that's all you care for is money and your riches. And in return, you're just destroying any piece that is left for the poor. There's constant digging that keeps happening around me. I live in India. Constantly there is digging going on. Whether I'm living in Bombay, whether I'm living in some Bangalore, any city you name it. I'm in some hill station, I'm in some beach town. They're just constantly constructing. Because somebody is giving the wisdom, let's populate this world. Let's keep doing economic development, everything. Let's destroy all the hills and mountains, cut down all the trees. And when we will have corona and there is no oxygen, we can build a factory for oxygen. This world is just getting more and more stupid. Somebody will say, okay, let's just populate Canada then. Since Elon Musk said it, let's just populate Canada then. There's a problem with populating Canada. You're so near to the glaciers. Every time there is a new immigrant walking into Canada, you're melting those glaciers. And it is becoming increasingly unbearable for people in the hot countries to take up the sun in the summers. I can't even take the sun, I can't even go out. You can get sunstroke. It's suddenly hot has become suddenly so hot. The temperatures are crossing 50 degrees. Because Canada is following that wisdom that let's just keep populating. Let's destroy all the glaciers. Let there be climate change. So what? We can all go to the Mars. And I haven't heard anybody objecting to this wisdom or advice being given by Elon Musk. Nobody said anything. You want to go to Mars? You can go to Syria. You can go to Darfur. You can go to Sudan, where they've been hit by famine for so long. Syria is constantly fighting in a fight. The lands have gone bad. Nothing will grow there. You can go there. For you it will be a new planet. You don't have any vegetation. You have no facilities, no infrastructure. You can start building there from day one. That's all you want to do, right? And you want to take the world there to the new planet where there is nothing, not even oxygen. Thankfully, in places like Darfur, Sudan, Syria, there is oxygen, and you can start from day one there and start building whatever you want to build and create civilization there. Can you reconstruct or can you develop Darfur? Why are you destroying such beautiful lands by giving such garbage advice to people? You are only pushing for consumption. So these Tesla cars are auto drivable cars, which means they'll drive on their own. You just sit in them, you put where you want to go, and these cars will start driving. I get it. If you are living in places like Canada or maybe some places like those where for stretches you have to keep driving, maybe it's a good idea that you can just put the auto mode on and the car starts driving and you can just doze off or sleep, because otherwise you may even just fall off sleep behind the wheel. But should these cars be available to a greater population across the world? No. If the distance is not so big and people can very well drive, why should they have the driverless car? And if they have driverless car for short distance, what are they doing when they're not driving? They're just sitting in the car, is it? There should be a limit to whatever the invention is getting done or whatever new is getting created. And it should be made available only to that population which needs it. The one which doesn't need it, why are you selling your driverless cars there? Second is, he says, okay, everybody should work for 18 hours a day. I have worked 18 hours a day. Actually less. For a very long time. And I have now money to show for. Because all the money is getting made by MNCs and big companies, and God alone knows where is the money going. To fix your mind, and not just his mind, to fix every rich person's mind, whether you're a millionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, whatever you are, everybody, including celebrities, post personalities, you will have a time-bound job to go to, given by the government. 9 to 1, everybody go to a job. 10 to 2, everybody go to a job. So you decide what time you want to go to work in the day. That's your flexibility. But job will be given by the government. After that, you can run your business enterprise. You can run whatever else that you're running, or you can be a sports person, you can be a celebrity person, because the wealth needs to be cut down. Otherwise, the rich will destroy this world just chasing consumption. This world should be sparsely populated, and every person should be looked after by the administrator. And people should have more money than they spend or they need. And whoever wants to go to another planet can go to Darfur and try creating whatever they would have wanted to create on that another planet. And you will know how tough life can be. So don't show visions which cannot be achieved and are not workable. And don't just work for money. To cut down and to keep the rich in check, this world should work out a profit percentage, that no matter what business you do, you can't make more profit than this. So if you're maybe manufacturing MRP or whatever, sell price or creation or manufacturing price is just, let's say, USD 1, you can't sell anything, you can't sell that for 130 USD or 150 USD or 200 USD or 500 USD. Now the profit margins will get trimmed. All margins will get trimmed so that there are no millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, trillionaires. When the profit margins will get trimmed, nobody will be rich. Everybody will be at par and everybody will be rich or well-to-do. Whatever is that percentage, maybe you want to keep the profit percentage at 10% or 20%, 30%, 40%. You decide and let me know. Who am I? You can read about my spiritual stature in the description box. I hold the highest stature in divine. I'm the divine itself. And I'm going to put the rich into check.